Okay, welcome back. I hope you have tried the questions, or if you got stuck and you wanted to look at the solutions, is fine. But hopefully, after you have looked at the solution, you will try it out yourself, because you can listen to me, go through the questions to solve the problem, but you really need to try it out yourself in order to understand what is going on. All right. And if you don't understand, it's okay. This is a video. As I said, you can always go back to the part where you don't understand and review it again and see. Hopefully, as you think about it, as you repeat, you listen to that part again, you look through the part again, you figure out what I'm trying to say, and hopefully you can do the question by yourself. Okay, let's not delay, let's carry on. So the first question which I asked you to do was question 9 on page 7 of the worksheet. Okay, so looks simple, like a multiple choice question, but later you realize that the solution, the model that I draw is slightly different from the models that I have shown in the previous examples, right? I will explain a bit more. It's okay. So this question: Raju spent 1/4 of his money on books and 1/4 of the remainder on food. What fraction of his money was left? So the question is asking what fraction of his money. So you can see all the answers are fractions. They don't give the actual amount, right? So half of the money, 3 out of 16 of the money, and so on and so forth, right? So let's review the question again. So Raju spent 1/4 of his money on books. Okay, now that means I have to draw 4 units. Later you realize why are the boxes so big. Okay, so 1 out of 4 of his money on books, right? So 1 out of the 4 units on books, and then another 1 of 4 of the remainder, okay, on food. So after spending this on books, here must be my remainder, isn't it? Okay, and how do I indicate, or how do I show 1 out of 4 of the remainder? So this is how I will show it in this model. So this is what he spent on the books, 1 out of 4 of everything. Okay, and then how do I show 1 out of 4 of the remainder? I will have to partition or cut up the 3 orange units that's left into 4 parts each. Means what? I will have to draw like this. Okay, so each orange box, there is the remainder, 1 out, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I do this, there's also 4 parts here. Okay, so how do I show, after I do that, how do I show 1 out of 4 of the remainder? Here. Okay, so this is, if this is all of the remainder, I've already partitioned it into 4 smaller units, or 4 smaller parts, and 1 out of the 4. Okay, this is how I show it. Okay, so I'm going to erase all my handwriting, and this is how the model will look like. So the green parts are the parts of the money that Raju spent. Okay, the question is asking what fraction of the money was left, which means the orange parts. Okay, so 9 units is not spent, units left is 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, my handwriting is terrible, but never mind. Okay, how many units are there altogether? You take a look, you go and count by yourself, go and count. It's 4 by 4, 4 times 4, so it's 16. What do you mean 4 by 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 columns, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a total of 16 units. Okay. So fraction of the money left is 9 out of 16. 9 out of 16. Okay, and the answer is 3. 9 out of 16. It's already in the simplest form, right? So you can't simplify it anymore. So that's the solution for question 9. Okay, let's move on. The next question. Question 10, also on page 7 of the worksheet. Peter had some stamps. He gave 2 out of 5 of his stamps to his brother. So 2 out of 5 to his brother. And 3 out of 4 of the remainder to his sister. Okay, what fraction of stamps did Peter give to his sister? So I'm going to use the same strategy. Okay, I'm going to draw 5 big units. Alright, and 2 out of the 5 big units goes to the brother. Right, and the 3 big units are the remainder, isn't it? So 2 of the 5 big units goes to the brother. Then how do I now show 3/4 of the remainder? Right? So if you look at the previous question, you can see I drew horizontal lines. I drew lines across this way. Okay? So now how do I draw 3/4 of the remainder? Now if you say I draw like this, so I have 4 rows now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're absolutely right. Okay, I'm going to erase my handwriting. And then 3 out of 4. So 3 out of 4. And this goes to the sister. Okay, what fraction of stamps did Peter give to his sister? So let's count. How many units goes to the sister? 9 units. How many units are there altogether? 20 units. Okay. So now I can assemble the fraction. So 9 out of 20 units. You can simplify this. Nope, you can't just simplify this. Okay, so this is already the simplest form. So the answer is number 2, 9 out of 20. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question 13 on page 8. Jareen spends 3 out of 5 of her money on a dress. Okay, 3 out of 5 of her money on a dress. And half of the remaining money again, on a hat. This time round, the question says she had $150 left. How much money had she at first? So how do we start off with the model? So 3/5 of her money, so that means I must have 5 big units. And when you see me draw such a big box, you know what I'm going to do later, right? Okay, so let's show how many units out of these 5 units goes to the dress. So 3 of the 5 units goes to the dress. And now, where is the remainder? The 2 big units are the remainder. Right? 3 units goes to the dress, so whatever is not spent on the dress must be the remainder, right? Okay, So after that, half of the remaining money. So if this is the remaining money, I can actually do half here lah. Okay. And this goes to the hat. And this is whatever is left, which is $150. How much money had she at first? So 150 times 5. Okay, 150 times 5, which will give me okay, 150 times 5. Yes, I know some of you must be screaming the answer at me already. $750. Okay, so this is the answer, 750. Not too difficult, right? I'm going to show you a complicated method. You see me draw such a big box. You may have thought, cut like this. Half of the remainder money, half of the remaining. So if this is the remaining, if I cut it like this, this is also half of the remaining money. All right. Goes to the hat and left with $150. So 2 units is two units now is $150. 1 unit is 75. So total 10 units in this model. So 750, which is what we did just now. You get the same answer. Okay. So sometimes I show you one method or the other, is really up to you to use. Right? You can use the first method, which I showed you just now in my handwriting, or you can use this method, but both will work. All right. Okay, page 13, question 26. Madam Rani baked some cookies. She sold 2/5 of the cookies. So she sold 2/5 of the cookies and gave 1/4 of the remainder, or 1/4 of the remaining to her relatives. She then had 216 cookies left. Okay. 2/5 sold. 3/5 of the cookies remaining, right? So I color the sold parts in green first, and then how do I show 1/4 of the remainder? Okay, so if this is 1/4, now I can't. I would draw like this, right? This is 1/4 of the remainder. And if I do this, means I also have to draw like this, right? So that every unit is of the same size. Okay. So this is the amount sold to the, or given to the relatives, right? 3 units given to the relatives. She then had 216 cookies left. So whatever is not colored green, which are the orange units, is 216. How many units is that? 9 units. So I want to find out how many cookies did Madam Rani bake at first. If I know that 9 units is 216 cookies, I can find for 1 unit, which is 216 divided by 9, equals to 24. So 1 unit here is 24. Okay, every unit here is 24. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24. Okay, here is also 24, no? Okay, here is also 24. Every unit is 24. Okay, I'm not going to write the rest of the 24 anymore. Okay. So there are a total of 20 units in this model. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so 20 units, each unit is 24. Okay, so that will be a total of 480 cookies. Now, if Madam Rani sold each cookie for $1 each, how much would she have collected? Oh, that's easy, right? She sold how many units? 8 units here. She sold here 8 units. Okay, and how many cookies is that? 192. Okay, so each cookie is $1, so she would have collected $192. Easy, right? Okay, let's move on to the difficult questions. Yeah, you can see I put a star there. It means slightly more challenging. Okay, but I'm sure some of you, if not most of you, will be able to do it. Okay, I hope all of you can do it actually. Right. Ahmad had some money. He spent $1,379.40 on a computer, and 3 out of 10 of the remaining amount on a study desk. Finally, he was left with 1/3 or 1 out of 3 of the amount of money he had at first. How much money did Ahmad have left? Okay, so he spent $1,379.40 on a computer. And you can see, hey, they're supposed to have some remaining amount, right? What happened? Why didn't I add them in? Here, I'm going to add them in now. Okay, 10 units, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And out of this 10 units, 3 units goes to the study desk. Now, finally, he was left with 1/3 of the amount of money he had at first. Okay, think about it. He was left with 1/3 of the amount of money he had at first. Now, this 7 units is the amount of money he had left after spending on the computer and the study desk. And it's 7 units. And this 7 units represent 1 out of 3 of the amount of money he had at first. Means what? Okay, I'm going to draw it out. So this 7 units is, if I group this 7 units into one box like this, this is 1/3 of the amount. Means what? From here to here must be 2/3 of his amount of money, right? Can you see? Right? The computer and the study desk together make up 2/3 of the money that he had. Right? And if 1/3 of the money is 7 units, so 2/3 of the money would be twice of what he has left, which is actually 14 units. Okay, which is actually 14 units. So I say again, so if this is 1/3 of all the money that he has, so here the computer and study desk must make up 2/3 of the money that he has. And if 1/3 of the money is 7 units, here will be another 7 and 7 here. So total of 14 units. Right? But we know that the study desk is 3 units of money. So the computer therefore must be 11 units. Alright? So if this is a total of 14 units, the study desk is 3 units. Okay? So here must be 14 minus 3, 11 units. Okay? I'm going to pause here. I'm going to tell you again, repeat again. Computer plus study desk total is 14 units. Study desk is 3 units. So the computer must be 14 minus 3 gives me 11. Okay, part whole, which I've shown here. Okay. Erase all this so that you don't get confused. If you want to see again, you can always jump back to the video, right? Okay, so 11 units. This is 11 units. Must be therefore $1,379.40, which is the cost of the computer. 1 unit, you take 1379.4 divide by 11, I will have $125.40. 7 units. Why 7 units? Because the question is asking how much money did Ahmad have left, which is here, which is only 7 units. So 7 units is 7 times 125.4. I will get $877.80. Okay. A bit difficult, challenging. Okay. I think it's not. I think you have. If you can get this, the other 2 questions should be quite okay. Right, the last 2 questions. Okay, page 18, question 36. Edgar spent 1/4 of his money on a watch. He spent 2/5 of the remainder on 4 shirts and saved the rest. A. What fraction of Edgar's money did he spend on the 4 shirts? Right? So let's try and represent what's going on in this question in the model. Okay, so spent 1/4 of his money on a watch. So 1/4 of his money on a watch means at first there must be 4 units of money. Okay, and 1 out of the 4 units goes to the watch. The other 3 big units must be the remainder. Okay, he spent 2/5 of the remainder. Okay, 2/5 of the remainder. By now you should have guessed I'm going to split or partition across, okay, partition like this, so that I have a total of 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, why 5? Because 2/5, you see? So that I can show 2/5 of the remainder, which is here. Okay. Two-fifths of the remainder. Now, this part here, the units that are around inside the red box, okay, the 6 units here is spent on the 4 shirts. Okay, so now the question is asking what fraction of the money did he spend on the 4 shirts? There are 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total amount of money, total units is actually 20. Okay, you can count by yourself. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so this is 5, this is 10, this is 15, this is 20. Okay, total 20 units. So fraction, 6 out of 20. Is this the simplest form? No, both numerator and denominator are even numbers. So I can simplify them by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 2, which gives me 3 out of 10. So that's the answer for part A, 3 out of 10. Okay. Part B is the interesting part. Okay, the watch costs $168 more than one shirt. Okay, given that the price of each shirt was the same, how much did Edgar save? Okay, so 6 units is for 4 shirts. Now I have to cut up this 6 units such that, cut them up such that I can show one shirt, no? So how do I show it? Here comes the magic. This is what I'll do. Okay, I will split one row like this into 2 smaller rows. So now I have, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is for one shirt. Now this is for one shirt. Okay, I'm going to shade. This is for one shirt. Huh? This is for one shirt? Make sense or not? Okay, I'm sure you again. If this is for 4 shirts, if I split them up like this into thinner rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now, isn't it the same? Every row has 3 small units. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you must be thinking, what am I saying? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This is for one shirt. 1, 2, 3. This is for the second shirt. 1, 2, 3. This is for the third shirt. Okay, every 3 of these small units is for one shirt. Okay, a bit messy, but never mind. Right, try again. Okay, split. Okay, after that, if I split like this, I must also do the rest for the same. I must partition, okay, into the same sized units. Then I can start comparing. So 4 shirts, actually now 12 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm talking about, okay? 1, 2, 3. So one shirt is 3 units, so 4 shirts is 12 units. You can count inside the red box. Okay. One shirt is now 3 units. The watch, you can see now is 10 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you can count it, okay? You can pause the video and count it. Right? It says that the watch costs $168 more than one shirt. So what's the difference? One shirt is 3 units, a watch is 10 units, so the difference is 7 units. And this 7 units must be the $168. Okay? Now, the question is asking, how much did Edgar save? So it's the amount that's in the blue box. This portion. Okay, in the blue box here. Okay. Oh, I must find for 1 unit first. Yes, 1 unit is $24. Okay, so this $24. Oops. Okay, $24. Okay. So he saved a total of 18 units. Okay. Where do I get 18 from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 12, 18. Okay, 6 times 3. So 18 units. So he saved a total of $432. I think some of you may be very confused by now. Okay, but never mind. We'll push through to the last question. If you don't understand, you can come back. You can turn off my voice and then you go and look through the animation yourself, okay? Okay, yeah, last question. Leo spends half of his money on marbles and 2/5 of the remaining money on 6 fowls. Each fowl costs thrice. Thrice means 3 times as much as 1 marble. If he spends all his money on marbles, how many marbles can he buy? Could he buy? Okay, so half of his money on marbles. So easy, I've got 2 big units. 1 unit goes to the marbles and the other units is the remainder. Okay, and 2/5 of the remaining money. Okay, 2/5 of the remaining money on 6 fowls. So inside these 2 units here is 6 fowls, and each fowl costs thrice as much as 1 marble. Okay, so if this is 6 fowls, do you realize that if I cut it up like this, I can show that, hey, actually, this is for 1 fowl. Okay, this is for 1 fowl. This fraction of money is for 1 fowl. Okay, here. This is for 1 fowl. Right? Because 6, I'm supposed to have 6 fowls. So if I have 6 units, means 6 fowls, right? Okay, so I cut it up like this. Now if I cut it up like this, means I also must cut up the same way for the rest. Okay, basically what I'm doing is, okay, like this. Okay, and this blue box is 1 fowl, and it says that each fowl costs thrice as much as 1 marble. Means for the price of 1 fowl, I can buy 3 marbles. Okay, this blue box is 1 fowl. So if I exchange 1 fowl for marbles, I can exchange 1 fowl for 3 marbles. Okay, if he spend all his money on marbles, how many marbles can he buy? Okay, so there are total of, how many units are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in 1 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 rows, so total is 6 times 5, 30 units. Okay, so 1 unit, I can buy 3 marbles. So how many marbles can he buy? Total of 30 units. So 3 times, 30 units, so 30 times 3. So that's 90 marbles altogether. Okay, so that is the answer, the 90 marbles. Okay. Okay, so that's all for the questions I asked you to do from Let's Find Out. Okay, if you want to challenge yourself more, you can do the rest of the fractions worksheet. And you have questions, you can always bring back to me when school opens, then we can discuss further. Okay, so meanwhile, hang on. Hope to see you soon. Okay, bye kids.